This is Dave with Level Up Woodworking, and this is my 2026 shop tour. And in this tour, I'm going to show you 5 tools that I can't live without. Let's get started. Now, before I take you in my 183 square foot shop, I have to admit that some things didn't fit. First of all, my wood cart did not fit in the shop. My metal rack did not fit in my shop. My welder did not fit in my shop. And a very rare and unique spindle maker that you use to make spindles with a router does not fit in the shop right now anyway. And with that, let me take you in the shop. Now, the first thing inside my shop is my assembly table, which I use every single day. And this year I rebuilt the entire bottom part of the table, and this top part you'll see is very beat up and it's kind of loaded with a project right now. But the top is going to get redone this next year. Now with the bottom, it starts with my dust extractor that I have built into it, and above that I have a drawer with all my sanding equipment for sanding. And then I've got a set of storage drawers here that are somewhat organized. This one's probably the best down here. And then I did something different. I wanted to build in my small clamps into the assembly table because I use these on a regular basis, and I wanted them right here. So I've got all my clamps right here, the small ones. And then from there, underneath there, I have a compressor box with my compressor, so I have compressed air when I need it. And then around the corner here, I have my router table and all my router bits, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then one of the most favorite tools that I use all the time is right here, and yeah, it's my drill. Now, I know it's a drill, but this particular drill has been a great friend of mine for a long time. I started back in, 1995 when one of the big DeWalt grills with those huge honking batteries. And it worked great, but it was big, it was bulky, it was heavy. This one I bought back in 2014. It's been great. This is the same drill that I've had now for 12 years and still works. And I liked it so much, I bought another one. And they're exactly the same. They use the same battery, same replacement battery. But this way I can have one for a drill and one for drill bits for screws. It works great. I got a nice little holder for it down here that I built into the bench last year, and I did a video on that. I can leave a link in the description. But I use this all the time. It's a great product for me, and I just can't wait until they get to the solid state batteries so we can get rid of these and have something that's a little lighter and a little more compact and easier to use. But that's when I'll probably switch to another one. Okay, now from there I can take you over to my drum sander, which I bought probably last year sometime. I've used it on a regular basis. It's kind of in a cumbersome spot, but I can always open the garage door if I got some long pieces. Above that I have clamps and clamps here. This clamp rack is the very first video I ever did on YouTube. It was kind of interesting. And then below that I have my DeWalt planer that I can easily slide out. And one of the best things that I did with this planer is I bought a shelf. It's just a shelf with a board on the back. You can slide it in. But it basically acts as tables that fold down on this thing. And again with this, if I'm doing this, I might have to move the sander, might have to open the garage door, but it all works and it's great. Love this thing. Wish I had a Helix head on it, but I don't, and that's okay. Maybe someday I'll get there. Now, above my planer is my air scrubber. I use this thing all the time. I couldn't live without it in such a small shop. I can always open the garage door, which helps, but if I don't have the garage door open, this thing is great. Now from there, I'll take you over to my miter saw station. I love this thing. I love this build. I had a lot of fun doing this, had a lot of fun building this cover for my saw, which is kind of fun, and a lot of storage underneath. But I'll tell you one thing, this is one of my favorite tools. I use this all the time. It's kind of funny because you wouldn't really think it's a tool, but I've got access to see everything in here. I can pull a bin out, take it over to my assembly table, put it back. This has been great. Now what I started with was those Harbor Freight bins that you stack up, and I've seen a lot of people on YouTube use them. The problem is you have to pull each one out, you have to open it up, look at it, see what you have, and put it back. Here, this is my most used drawer of components, all kinds of screws and everything. I can see it very quickly, and I can easily pick a bin up, and I can always divide a bin if I want to create more space. This has been a game changer for me. Now, above that is my mallet rack. I did a video on this a while back, and this one was built by my son. He didn't think it would last very long. It's lasted a number of years. I use it all the time. And then I built these new ones that I'm just starting to use, but that was definitely a fun build. And underneath my screw rack is storage. And one of the things in the storage that I couldn't live without. Now, I love this palm router, and I would recommend this to anybody. I've got a router table. I have a plunge router. I love those things. Again, those are DeWalt's. This is a Bosch, and it's been great for me. Now, I will tell you that I didn't know if I wanted a palm router, and I actually bought one for about 50 bucks on Amazon and played with it a while and didn't really like it. But the fact is, it wasn't very good, and this one is really nice. So I went out and bought another one. The nice thing about this, it has a long cord. The cord is mobile, it moves. It's got this rubber grip that you can hang on. It's got a place to put your fingers so you don't cut them off. It's got a light in it when you turn it on, and you can see your piece of work. And I actually made a dust collection fitting for this, which works really nice. Takes a little while to put on and doesn't fit in the case, but I would highly recommend this. I think this is a great product. I use this all the time, and it's very quick and easy to use. Okay, let's move on. After my miter saw table, I move over to my dust collector. So the dust collector is a work in progress. I'm going from a single stage to a dual stage. I should have this finished here in another week or so. The last part that I ordered is coming in, and then I can really work on trying to get this finished. This is a HEPA filter, but I'm trying to avoid having too much dust go through the HEPA filter, so that will extend the life of the filter and will help my lungs even better than it already does today. So I think this will be great for me when I get it finished. Now from there, I've got my drill press. I've done a couple of builds on this, building this cabinet. I've really fine-tuned this to the point where I love just about everything I've put on here. I did a video maybe, 18 months ago where I upgraded a number of things, and I have stuck with that. Everything has worked well for me, and I'm very happy with this setup. From here, I can move over to my bandsaw, and this is actually one of my favorite tools. The saw itself is one of my favorite tools, but the blade on the saw is amazing. Now, I cut myself on a blade like this. It was a 3/4 inch blade. I cut myself on it. It wasn't a good experience, but I've still got all my fingers. So I bought a new blade for Christmas about a year ago, and this thing cuts like butter. It's amazing. This is a 3/4 inch Timberwolf blade with 3 TPI. It works great for resawing, which I use quite a bit. I can swap this out with a 1/4 inch blade that I have that I do from time to time. But anybody that has a bandsaw, you know when you do that swap out, there's a lot of tuning you got to go through to get the setup just right. I've got that set up right with this 3/4 inch blade, and I love it. And because I cut myself here and put a new blade on, I decided to put a new blade on my miter saw as well. That blade was 14 years old and was probably dangerous as well, and I'm very happy I went ahead and did that. Now from there, I can show you back here, my edge sander right here. I've got one belt on it, and I don't think I've ever changed the belt. This has been great. I do some rough sanding here. If I want to do some finishing sanding, I'm going to do that at my assembly table with a lot better sandpaper. Then I've got my cleat wall right here with a lot of different tools that I use on a regular basis. And again, if you watched some of the previous videos, I had these cutouts here. They were kind of a decorative cutout for the old garage. And when I added this new one, these cutouts made it a perfect spot to put these cleats in. And one of my favorite tools in this cleat rack is this right here. And you can buy 3 of these. I'll leave a link in the description. It's just a ruler, but it's a great ruler. It's got metric and English on it. It's got this little piece that has measurements on it that you can use. I use this every single day. This is much better than using a tape measure, let me tell you. And it comes in 3 different sizes. This is a 6-inch, a 12-inch, and an 18-inch. This has been great, and I really enjoyed it. So that's my 5 tools, but I have to mention one more, and it's this one right here. A little hard to get down, but this is a Japanese plane. A friend gave this to me who was a woodworker and still is a woodworker. And I didn't know how to use it, and I didn't know if I would use it. But I've used this on a number of different projects. They're not too expensive. It's a really nice plane to have, and I would recommend that you consider buying one of these. It's great for some fine woodworking. And when I built the jewelry box, which is a video that's coming out soon, you'll find that I use this in a couple of places for that. Now, I do have a first aid kit up here, but actually most everything I keep in this is my stains and finishes, and this cabinet's worked out great for that. And then if you go down here, this is my Harvey table saw, probably the center of the shop. And underneath I have a table saw cabinet that I built. I love this thing. It works great. I think I said maybe a year ago I'd probably never replace this, and if I can get a saw stop someday, maybe I will. But otherwise, this has been great for me, and I've really enjoyed it. Okay, now that's my 5 tools I can't live without, and yeah, there was a bonus one in there, so maybe 6. What are your tools that you can't live without? I'd be curious to hear that. And that's it for my shop tour for 2026. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, I would certainly appreciate it. And if you liked this video and liked hearing about some of my favorite tools, it would be great if you liked the video. This is Dave with Level Up Woodworking, and I'll see you next time.